Hi, my name is Ken Fernandez and welcome to my channel, Genie. Today we're going to be learning the Globetrotting adventure train game, Ticket to Ride, the Heart of Africa. In this game, it's taking you deep into the vast jungles of Africa, exploring its deserts, mountains, and other beautiful landscapes. Will you be able to chart this territory and navigate through and create wonderful railroads? Or will you get lost and eaten by a tiger? Find out as we go to the table and learn how to play Ticket to Ride, the Heart of Africa. At the start of the game, each player is dealt 4 destination tickets, of which they must keep at least 2. If a player wishes to draw additional destination tickets, they draw 4 new tickets, but they must keep at least 1. Any unwanted destination tickets are discarded to the bottom of the deck, as if you were playing a regular Ticket to Ride game. This expansion also introduces a new type of card called terrain cards. Not train cards, terrain cards. Divided into 3 different terrain types with identical cards in each set. Each terrain type is associated with 3 different route colors. So, the desert/savanna card is associated with red, orange, and yellow spaces. The jungle and forest is associated with purple, blue, and green. And the mountains/cliff cards are associated with black, gray, and white. At the start of the game, each player receives 1 random terrain card. In addition to their 4 destination tickets and 4 train cards. Another 2 terrain are placed face up next to the board, and that's going to be off camera, within easy access of all players. The remaining cards from the terrain deck are placed face down by those 2. And that completes the setup. Now, this game is an expansion to Ticket to Ride. So, in order to play this game, unlike a lot of other Ticket to Ride games, this doesn't come with trains or score markers, but it does come with tickets, and it comes with the terrain cards that I mentioned in the setup. So what you're going to need is a copy of the US map, the Europe map, the Nordic countries map, or the Germany map to borrow the train cards and the train pieces and score markers from those. But other than that, let's go to the table and start playing. When claiming a route, in addition to playing train cards, a player may also simultaneously play some terrain cards in front of them to double the point value of the route they're claiming. The terrain cards played must match the color of the route, and the player must have in front of them at least as many cards of that terrain type as any other player. The number of terrain cards must be played to double the route value depending on the length of the route claimed. So, a 1, 2, or 3 route, you would only play 1 terrain card. And a 4, 5, and 6 route, you play 2. But they do need to be matching of the colors. So you can't just play a jungle with a desert or a mountain with a jungle, etc., etc., etc. The number of plastic trains placed on the route claimed remains the same as when its point value isn't doubled. Terrain cards are discarded when played, and the discards are reshuffled into a new terrain deck when the deck runs out. Terrain cards in front of players at the game's end are worth nothing. So, for example, when placing these cards, if I wanted to place trains here, and I had the cost, I'd pay it, and then I'd play the matching terrain card because it's a black space. I'd play this mountain card, so instead of getting 2 points, I would get 4. So I'd place my marker on the 4, and that's how that worked. I would then discard this to the terrain discard pile. During their turn only, a player may opt to use some of their locomotives as wild terrain cards instead of wild train cards. Each locomotive played this way is worth 1 terrain card of that player's choice. All locomotives played as a wild card must be discarded as they go on to the train discard pile. So, let's say for example, I had these 4 blue train cards, and then I play my 4 trains on there, and I would discard my terrain card and my train card. It's a jungle, so it would count, and these guys would go there with it after I stumble a bit. Okay, and so that would get me, because it was a 4 route, it would give me 14 points, which puts me all the way up to 18 instead of my normal 7 points. And that's how that would work. Madagascar is represented by 2 locations on the map. Tickets to Madagascar can be completed by reaching either of these 2 locations. Like this ticket right here, this is a Madagascar. So even if you don't reach this side, you can still reach this side and it will count. Multiple routes leading to all other countries are dead ends and cannot be used to connect cities linked to these separate routes. In other words, separate routes leading into the same country are not connected. A 10-point Globetrotter bonus is awarded to the player who completed the most tickets by the end of the game. If several players tied for this bonus, they each score it. Tickets that were not completed do not affect the purpose of determining which player gains the bonus. And, as usual, the player with the most points is the winner of the game. Okay, and that's all you need to know to play Ticket to Ride, the Heart of Africa. Now, earlier in this video, I did say that you'd be eaten by a tiger. I was pointed out that they are not native to Africa. Lions are, tigers are not. But other than that, if you enjoyed this video, apart from me making them the big cat mistake, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the notification bell to be notified for videos just like these without the mistake of where do tigers live. And if you are a big fan of the channel as a whole and actually enjoy these comedic mistakes, consider becoming a Patreon supporter on our Patreon page. I'll leave a link to that in the description below, where you can get early access to how to play videos just like this one. I'd like to thank our current Patreon supporters. Your donations mean a lot to this channel and it's really helping us out, so thank you. Be on the lookout for our upcoming gameplay video on Ticket to Ride, the Heart of Africa. But until then, thanks for the views.